Welcome to Goofcast episode 88.
I'm Travis.
I keep thinking she's gonna do first. I'm Raymond.
And then this is our special guest, Regine.
Hey.
She's our old roommate from the apartment days.
Yeah, back in 1999 when we lived by UCR.
Yeah,
Yes,
and Raymond went to school there.
Yeah, 99. It was good
UCR.
times. I'm still waiting to get my degree.
Still waiting. It's been
Do we
20
talk
years
about we had to
now.
record again?
Yeah, this is our second try.
Well, whatever, but anyways, we didn't plug something we needed to anyways, so.
That's true. We didn't put the butt plug in.
Yeah, sure.
Always
So
need to
so-
put the butt plug in.
Always gotta put it in.
I forget. Did we announce it on Twitter? Whatever.
Yeah.
We're on Spotify, Stitcher, Apple Music, and
That's it.
YouTube.
And YouTube
If
as
you
well.
guys didn't know.
But yeah, if
And
you guys
yeah.
don't like watching the audio or
Yeah.
the video podcast, or you just don't have
Yeah.
YouTube Red or whatever it is, we are now on Spotify, Apple Music, and Stitcher for your audio listening needs.
And then also, if you have been watching and for some reason you never subscribed,
Please subscribe.
just subscribe right now.
Just
Subscribe.
go right down.
And then
Go
also,
right down and do it. And
way before that though, also like the video, please,
yeah,
because it really does a lot for us.
we're trying.
It's a morale boost.
We're really trying to
Yeah.
push the channel
Yeah.
in not really new directions, just more like fundamental with YouTube.
We're trying to
directions.
play the
Like
game until we, huh?
Like how?
Well,
We're trying to play basically playing with algorithm.
yeah.
So we're trying to mess with them. So Nick and I have been doing a lot of research.
Mhm.
So we're trying to change some things for now,
Mhm.
and then hopefully pick up some traction where we can go back to normal. But as of now, we have to play the game so we can kind
Yeah.
of get a following going.
It's just a year and a
Yeah.
half of
Nothing.
not much
Yeah.
subs. It's just
Mhm.
like
Yeah, so it's like there's a point where you got to do something.
and not to be like, tooting our own horn here, but we work really hard. Our
We do.
stuff's pretty good. So
Mhm.
I mean, I feel like we at least.
So
warrant
again,
more than
appreciate
40.
it if you guys could subscribe or at least check out more of our content because we also do vlogs and then also some gameplay videos sometimes. So
And if you do like us, maybe spread the word a little
Yeah,
bit. Just to
that would
help us
help.
out. If you're cool with it.
Yeah.
If not,
because
thank you for watching.
anybody else that's running a small YouTube channel knows the struggle.
Mhm.
And then also if you do have a small channel and you watched, just let us know in the comments. We'll check it out because we know how hard it is to get a following.
Yeah.
So
And we love working with
Yeah.
other channels too.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely.
Mm.
all right, then
Um,
also we gotta announce that our documentary is out now.
Yeah, on Wednesday it came out. It's the
Mhm.
first part of our 3-part documentary. This one covers the first era of Goof Paste, which is the
Yeah.
apartment era.
It's a really nice looking documentary.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
See, we got some
Honestly,
nice feedback.
To be honest, when I saw it, I was like really blown away because
I'm really happy about that.
compared to all the other videos you guys showed me, I was like, holy shit, this is like really
Yeah,
professional.
yeah.
It was a lot of work put into that.
Gotta put that
Yeah.
black magic to work. That's what the camera's called.
So yeah, watch that video, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it.
See, coming from her, she's a famous video critique reviewer thing.
Yep.
She took
She
one
has-
class at UCR.
Yeah.
Yep. One.
She took video art with
Two,
Mr.
actually.
McIntosh. I don't know his name.
I forgot his name.
He was cool though.
But yeah, please consider checking that out. Please consider subscribing. It
Yeah.
helps us out a ton. Gives us a morale boost. Helps us keep doing what we're doing because we're not getting any money
And then Nick keeps yelling
Give
at
him
Travis.
money.
from it.
Nick's yelling at Travis to do something.
Oh yes, that's right. Please go and check out our artist Olive's animation. She came out with the second episode of Cancelled. We mentioned it last week. We're gonna mention it again this week. Please go check it out. We'll leave a description down in the bio.
Mhm.
It's really, really good.
Yeah. Travis
You
and I
seen it,
watched.
Raymond?
Yeah, I watched it with you.
That's right.
Remember we were eating?
Yeah,
You're
I think
like, Canceled's out.
It was Nick, the one that hadn't seen it up
Yeah.
until a few days ago. But yeah, it's really, really good.
Yeah.
Go check it out.
All right. So, anyways, you know what we have to get into. It's the name of the title.
Absolutely.
All right, Regine.
All right.
brace yourself. Travis spilt his beer earlier listening. It's that crazy of a story.
Yeah, I had to bring. You couldn't leave it under wraps.
Yeah,
huh?
Travis was like, "Woo!"
For all my feet guys out there, I hope you enjoy this one specifically. This is just
And no,
for you.
don't message her after.
Please don't. I really won't reply.
Yeah.
Okay, that's true.
Unless you
She
give her-
makes a good point.
Unless you give her
me $100.
no $1,000 minimum.
Okay, minimum.
Yeah, if you give her an extra $1,001, she put mud on her foot.
I'll show you
No,
both
she'll-
my
she'll-
feet.
Extra filthy version.
She'll put her foot on a penny board. It'll fit.
She'll have like a twig between
Yeah.
her
Oh
toes.
my god.
She'll have like a bird nest. She'll get some accessories on her feet. But anyways,
You ever seen feet fly before? Anyway.
all right. So what happened? What's the story?
So this was back summer 2018. It was during Anime Expo. I was with the boys.
Boys will
and-
be boys.
Yeah, boys will always be boys, I guess, especially these guys. Anyway, so I got a text, and this guy on my Facebook messaged me saying, "Hey, would you be down to take feet pics for me, and I'll give you good money?" And
It sounds like a Craigslist like scam email or
yeah,
something.
no, honestly, like I legit thought it was a scam or something, like someone hacked into his Facebook, but
Yeah.
I could understand that.
yeah, but
Yeah.
then I looked through his
Profile.
Yeah.
and then I remembered that I did talk to him because I met him through Tumblr when I was 15 or 16. So obviously,
How old is he?
he's probably like a year or two older than me,
Okay.
Oh,
that's
okay.
fine.
I think. Yeah, he's around like 2 years older than me. I don't
Okay.
know.
Okay. Yeah.
But he's not that much older than me. But anyway, so I met him through Tumblr a long time ago, and so I just still had him on Facebook because I barely used
Yeah.
Facebook anyway.
Mhm.
And so I remembered who he was, and I was like, "Oh shit, he's kind of creepy."
Yeah, was he weird back then too?
Kind of. I mean, because like a lot of boys on Tumblr hit on me because I was Asian, so they
Oh,
had that like
no.
Asian fetish kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
So a lot of like the things that he liked, it was really obvious that
Mm.
that's why he approached me. So
I imagined you like thinking about it now. You're like, man, it's so obvious.
yeah, no, I was so oblivious to it before, but
You're just like, people are nice to me.
I know. I was so
With your pictures that were
naive.
like AZN.
All right.
We gotta talk about that after. We'll talk
Later,
about it
let
after.
me finish my feet story, my precious feet story. Which, by the way, I did do that just once because it was just weird for me. But anyway, so that happened during Anime Expo, and then around like a couple weeks to a month later, he messaged me again, asked me, like, are you still willing to?
Mhm.
And at that time, my friend was with me at our apartment. And so she kind of hyped me up, saying,
Yeah.
like, oh, do it. You're going to get money. Fuck it. And at the time, I was also really, really, really broke.
We all were.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
like,
were.
I really needed to
I
pay
remember your
rent.
Subway hours.
I didn't even work at
No,
Subway.
it wasn't it Subway in the other place?
Snow Station?
Yeah. Or was it only
It
Snow
was
Station at the time?
that time.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't Subway.
rip
yet.
Snow Station.
Yeah.
Rip Snow Station, dude.
But trying to remember. Oh, so so I felt a little confident. I was like, okay, maybe I'll do it. And since both of these guys were home, I went up to them and asked them, like, hey, this guy.
That was a very interesting
I think you guys were
conversation.
like
Yeah.
gaming too or something. and
Was that
then
when
I
we had the computers in the living room?
No, it was
No,
in your
okay.
room.
Okay.
Because she knocked on her, she's like, guys.
Oh yeah, that was all the time.
She like slides.
When
in,
she'd have something to ask us, she'd be like, guys.
Yeah, that's me.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That was normal.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
That's
so-
just payback for me smelling all the Machos Grill from Regine earlier. She burped. Got a nice whiff.
Those were good.
Yes, you
tacos.
come in, you burst in the
Mhm.
door, you make us pause our games even though they're online.
Travis was
multiplayer
almost
shooters.
about to win on PUBG.
Yeah,
I don't even think you were playing PUBG.
probably not.
But so I asked them, and then I remember Raymond just saying, "Do it, just do it, easy
Money's
money."
money. Money's
Yeah,
That's
he's like
true.
easy money. He's like, if Jennifer did it, she'd just do it. I'll tell her to. do
She
it.
would probably.
I remember he said that.
She probably would.
So I was like, shit, okay. And then Paul was already asleep, but I told him, and he was like,
I just imagine him as like, yeah.
yeah, he just
Okay,
didn't
money.
really respond.
Yeah, money.
Money.
Give me that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's all it was about back then. It was just that money.
Hey, Paul understood too.
Yeah.
He was a working man.
I know, working guy.
Yeah, you got like a whole photo shoot going for that.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah. So my friend was my photographer.
Yeah. I remember.
She-
Yeah, I remember because you said you brought her in, and then you guys went to like a construction site, and then you guys went to like the Air Force base, taking pictures on top of the airplane of your feet.
We did everything. And this
You guys
all
even went
happened
to-
in the living
I remember
room.
you guys had to stop in Disneyland. We had to get off the ride.
Our living room is really, really big.
Yeah.
So, but so in the living room, there's a lot of anime figures.
Wait, did you use my anime figures?
I don't know. There's a sword art one.
Ugh. I can no longer be happy with one of those figures.
No,
You don't even have them up.
I bet it was my autographed one too.
I don't know.
That's how she got more money.
not even enough money. I wish.
Okay, go on.
But so I knew the guy was like kind of weeb-ish.
Yeah.
So you threw him a bone.
Yeah, I did, because I was hoping I was gonna get something.
Yeah.
And then my friend put the figure right next to the feet, you know. Not that close. I wasn't touching it.
Okay.
But I respected you.
Yeah, sure.
So you gave it social
I
You
distancing.
respected me enough
Yeah,
to
I
use it without
respected
asking.
Did you give it 6 feet?
But it helped me gain some money. But anyway.
Regine's like, a baby's got to do what a baby's got to do.
Exactly. So we did a few shots of that, you know, some figures, just some bare feet action, you know, some toes, close up on the toes, all that.
You should have been like, okay, for an extra $100, I'll throw in a short video of me slowly taking off a sock.
How come I
should've
feel
done
like
that.
you could have got
I
$500 off of having a video of you cutting your nails?
Because that's like the boob drop, you know what I mean?
I should have done that.
But it's like, but with sock and it's just your foot falling out.
Oh my god, that's.
I don't get the foot thing.
I don't.
I don't either.
Man,
but,
his is worse because of stinky feet, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
into the stinky feet.
I don't get it.
But I mean, a fetish is a fetish. You
That's
know?
true.
That's true.
So.
But
Can't
why?
blame
I
him.
don't know. Like, where does it come from?
Honestly,
know.
Like, he just smelled one dirty sock one day. He's like, mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, like, what's other? Is there like a hand fetish? Like,
I'm
Yeah,
sure there's a
pretty
fetish
sure.
for everything.
There is, yeah.
Like, everything
yeah,
that
there's,
exists.
there's
Yeah.
probably.
Wait, did you bring
Yeah.
up the part where you were talking about how we asked you, like, other things, too?
Oh, okay. So.
Or why you had to stop everything?
Okay, so after that night, which by the way, I only got like $60 for like.
Which is
5.
horse.
Yeah.
Horse shit.
Especially with the anime
oh, I
figure
smelled
picture.
your macho.
Yeah. There was some machos right
Smell the
there.
onion.
So yeah, so that was definitely not enough. And after that night, I felt kind of weird. I was just like, that's not really my thing.
Mhm.
And so, oh, and I just remembered too, like he messaged me goodnight.
Ah.
You
You're like,
know?
why?
Yeah, and he was just like, I forgot he complimented my feet. I
Like,
mean, I
whatever.
guess that's to be expected, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Wait, he didn't like talk dirty like about the feet. Like,
Oh,
when
he
said it.
wanted. Okay, so you keep like
Yeah.
bringing up these things
Oh,
that
that's
I
good.
like,
I'm just
totally
thinking
forgot.
about it,
No,
'cause it's
no, it's
like-
good because I'm remembering all these things. Like,
'Cause I just imagine you
remember.
sending the pictures. He's like, oh fuck yeah, dude.
No,
That's what I'm
he
talking about.
wanted
I'm just like,
me to. Oh, I just. Oh.
Wait,
my
before you
God,
get into that,
disgusting. I just
Before you get
remembered
into
something.
that,
Uh-huh.
I feel like the first set of pictures you sent them, and he just responded with, "Wow, Regine, very cool."
No, I think he said something like, "Oh wow, they're really nice feet," smiley face, or some shit like that. I don't
All right, what was the
know.
thing?
Whatever feet guys say when they compliment feet.
Pretty weird stuff, huh?
I bet they smell stinky. Okay, anyway. Okay, so I just remembered
Yuck.
because you were reminding me. So I was telling him, like, okay, I'm gonna go to bed now because I'm kind of done
Yeah.
with it. And then he was just like saying thank you, and he was just like, oh, like, there's another way I can like say thank you.
Oh no.
So he wanted to send me a video of him like, you know?
Oh.
Yeah, that was like his thank you,
No.
like
Whoa.
as a token of appreciation.
That's like taking his money back.
And then I was like, no, I'm good. I'm totally fine.
Oh my god.
And then yeah, so I left it at that. And then I think that
That's really fucking
I know, I
gross.
Yeah.
think that was the one I was like, I feel weird.
You're like, I don't want that.
That was a.
Yeah.
Oof.
Because if it was just like a simple, like, okay, thanks.
Yeah. You're like, they
You
could
know?
have just cut it there.
Yeah, but I think
I think you put it in the context of what he's doing. You're like, never mind.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
I think he just wanted to keep a conversation with me. And I
You're
just
like,
was.
no.
Yeah, and then I just kept ignoring him. So then after that, I was like, okay, I don't think I want to do this anymore. Then eventually I got a job, so I wasn't. that
Thank
broke
you,
again.
Subway.
I know I wasn't broke. Thanks, Subway.
She went from Subway, or she went from feet to Subway.
Exactly.
You could have sent
But
your,
not feet on Subway.
yeah, you could have
so.
sent pictures of Subway sandwiches, like your foot in the middle.
It's like mayonnaise.
Oh no, stop.
Uh,
But anyways, that was all cut out, and then you're like, okay, this guy's done.
Yeah, and then so like a couple weeks pass. He kind of messaged me, but I still ignore him.
no, that's when he went in for the kill, right?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
he messaged
He
me.
pulled out his Cabela's Wii Hunter gun.
Yeah.
He went, "Pachoo."
Yeah, so he messaged me again, and then he asked like, "Oh, like, would you be down to do other favors?" And then I was like, "What? what else can I do?" And then he said something like, "Oh, how like stinky does your feet get? And would you be willing to wear socks for 3 weeks? It's something like 2
Man,
or
that's
3
nasty
weeks.
on your part too, though.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
like-
That's foot fungus right there.
Yeah,
Like,
that's foot cheese right there.
yeah. I mean, you probably like that.
Like, that guy wants your feet looking like tree stumps or something.
Yeah. So he asked for that, and then he's
like
like,
that.
"Oh, I'd pay like good money." And then I was thinking about it. I was like, "Oh, I can get one of these guys to just do it for like 1 day, just like really work out, really sweat."
That's true.
Man, I could have rode my bike to school.
Yeah. See, and then I could have gotten Paul to do it. Like,
No,
all
watch.
guys.
No, the combo would have been ride my bike to school, rock climbing in my stinky shoes.
Oh man.
That would have been the combo.
See, like I was so contemplating that, you know, but I just didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah, I was like, I'm done with this guy.
Yeah, and then his other favor for me was him coming down to meet up at a hotel, and so he can massage my feet
Ugh.
in person and do all these things like sexually, and he'd pay like really good
And you're
money.
like, no.
And that's when I was like, I draw the line. I
How
don't
would- how do
like
you-
that. Because I told him beforehand, I was like, I think if I were to continue taking photos, it'd literally just be feet photos. Like no,
Yeah.
Like
like
nothing
no,
else.
like nothing
no
else. Just
thigh
like
or anything
literally, like
that.
yeah, literally like knee and below. Like
So I
I'm
feel
not
like he was
do
gonna
it.
start working his way
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah. So when it first started, he was totally understanding. But then, like, he kept kind of pushing for more, and I kept saying no. Like, I
Mhm.
don't want that. I'm not comfortable.
Wait, Travis, can you call him that thing you did? You have to say it first.
He's
Simp.
reaching for something.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
proud of you.
I called him a simp.
It was really funny. You made Nick and I laugh really hard.
Yeah, I mean, because that's how simps are, man. Like
Simp.
once you give
Foot simp.
once you give a simp
Foot
like a
simp.
little bit of attention, like one-on-one, then all of a sudden they
I
expect
barely gave
it.
him any attention.
That's all they need.
I mean, I think that's probably all you had in
That's
a while,
probably
though.
that's probably why he was trying to continue a conversation with you, because he's like, oh, she's interested. Like that's
I
Yeah.
told him I have a boyfriend.
it doesn't
Oh,
fucking
you gotta
matter.
think about it. That
Men ain't shit.
like they see that in text, and then that's just like they're not allowed to
They
see it.
just-
Like it's blurred.
Oh, yeah, I
Like
know
it's like they
another
just have
person
tunnel vision on it.
That I've told so many times that I had a boyfriend, and he's like, "Oh, I forgot." I'm like, how the
That's
fuck
so
do you
annoying.
forget? How the fuck do you forget, man?
No, he's trying to act like you're stupid.
But yeah, so he asked me to do those favors, and I was just like, hey, like, to be honest, like, I'm not really comfortable doing this anymore. I don't
no.
want, yeah, I'm like, I don't want to do anything more sexual. I'm just really not comfortable, and I just don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
And he got really defensive and got really upset. Like, he wasn't being like angry, but you
But
can
just,
tell
like,
like in his text.
aggressive,
tone.
like,
yeah,
passive
he was like
aggressive.
really aggressive. He's like, oh, like I thought I can trust you, blah blah blah. Like, you know.
You're like,
I
trust
thought-
me, I trust
yeah,
you.
and, like I thought this can be a thing that we can like keep doing, and I was like, yeah, but I just.
He's
I
acting like
just
you guys
don't
got
want-
divorced or
Yeah,
something.
because it's like, dude, like I agreed, but like he told me I could stop at any time too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that was me
He's like, that was
stopping.
my moment.
Yeah, like I just.
Regine, you see, he wasn't mad. He was just
He was trying to-
disappointed.
No, he was
Yeah.
just trying to manipulate.
Yeah, no, he's a piece
Yeah.
of shit.
He just really wanted to see a mushroom on your foot.
I'm telling you, dude. Just put a twig in between the toes, and you got yourself an outdoor
Yeah,
shoot.
just go walking. Just go walk in like the forest for like a little bit.
Oh,
Go on a
God.
hike barefoot.
You should have walked in like the little like garden at the apartment and got like soil on your feet.
Oh, God.
And you should be like, there you go.
I bet you
Oh,
could have got
that's
some.
dirty.
You could have just looked up photos of feet from the start. I bet.
I should have,
I didn't think about
but
that.
I think because my friend was there,
Ah,
she's like,
it was
"Oh,
in the
let's do
moment.
it." And then she had like a really nice camera, like the.
She was into it.
Yeah, just her.
She just
camera
wanted to use her
was good,
camera.
So I know she actually sent me those photos again,
Really?
like
When?
last year, like around like the anniversary.
well, she'd, like,
of
check
when
it out.
happened, and she resent me that. I was like, dude, I feel fucking weird.
It's all right. It's a thing in the past now.
Yeah.
And you're always $60 richer
That's true.
ever
I guess
since.
So.
You
It-
always
You never have
it
to talk
paid-
to him
It
again.
paid the bills. Enough,
Yeah.
barely. But yeah, if you guys do foot photos, more power to you, because I just wasn't comfortable enough to continue it. So
You didn't have what was. I feel like there was a foot pun there that I just couldn't reach in time.
She didn't
You
want to
couldn't
take the,
the
she
next
didn't-
step. Or
I was gonna say the
something.
same.
Yeah.
I was gonna say she didn't want to take the big step.
Yeah.
But anyways, now I think we should talk about how we used to be roommates.
oh
Mhm.
yeah, we
Cause
were roommates.
we just kind of moved in out of nowhere.
Next. Yeah.
We just had because she was living in an apartment, and one of her roommates was actually 2 of your roommates were leaving,
Mm-hmm.
and so it was kind of an open opportunity of Travis and I to move in.
Yeah.
Just kind of out of nowhere.
That was actually like literally a month in. That's when the feet.
Was it that early?
Yeah,
Literally,
it
I
yeah.
happened.
Oh wow.
It was that early.
Because you guys moved in July, and then
Yeah.
we had Anime Expo, and then that was the day, and then like a couple weeks, and then the foot guy.
That was such a crazy weekend.
Yeah.
It's like
So much
well,
happened that
I
weekend.
moved in first. I moved in like a week early because I was like, I would
Yeah.
literally sleep on the couch. Like I do not
Oh yeah, I
care
remember.
because your other roommate was still there.
Yeah.
Such a blur. Oh my god.
Yeah. And then like we had the move-in day official, and we immediately had to go to Anime Expo.
I still
Yeah.
remember when I didn't have the bed yet, sleeping on the futon by the back door window was. I woke up
worst.
sweating
Yeah.
so much. It was so
It was
hot.
the worst.
It was waking up in like straight sunlight.
Mm.
Man, that's probably how it feels in your room all the time, huh?
Yes, that's exactly how it feels. I cannot
It
get
got
away from
so
that.
hot.
The room in my parents' house was like that. At apartment it was like that. And here it's like that.
I'm
Well,
telling you.
The apartment was more of the fucking school that we lived right next to. Like
Oh my
7
god!
in the
I still
morning.
remember I remember hearing the announcements. Davy Crockett, come to the office. Davy Crockett.
Yeah. But you know something comforting. I found it comforting.
What's that?
The
about
school?
The school.
The school?
I don't know.
Did it just make it feel safer because there's a school?
I don't know. I just
I don't know,
like
man. That
hearing
apartment
it.
was
Yeah.
sus.
Do you remember like Travis and I don't because you were never there for the moment, but Travis and I had so many nights where we would hear a cop car pull up and then we
Yeah.
just have a show for like 2 hours just watching police like arrest somebody.
Oh yeah, it's really
Yeah,
always
it was so
like that.
funny.
Yeah.
I would be like watching something in the living room, and Raymond would come in and like turn off the TV, and he's like, "We gotta turn off the lights because like we were like looking at the blinds because we didn't
Yeah.
want them to see us like
Yeah.
looking at the blinds. We're like, what's going on out there?
There's always something where it's like, oh, someone's getting arrested again. Let's watch.
Oh yeah. that
We get all
always
the action.
happens.
Or the neighbors from across the
Yeah.
way when they're getting their screaming matches.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
You remember Nick was trying to
yeah.
leave like one of the first times he came over and there's like a billion cop cars in front. Nick's like, I guess I'm trapped.
Yeah. Or the old people under us that like wild monkey sex.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude, I remember walking past their window and then I heard something. I literally looked to my right. That girl was right in that man. Like blinds open.
I just remember
Oh my
because we were
God.
like, because I remember hearing them and we're going like, damn, like those people get like funky.
Because
And then
they're
we-
right under your room.
And then you see,
Yeah.
and then you see him walk out like a cane in a
Yeah,
wheelchair
they had
rolling
the-
out
the fucking wheel.
with like the tennis balls on the bottom.
We're like, oh,
But
no.
I remember I'd wake up sometimes though, and there was like some lady just screaming bloody murder
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
every morning.
Yeah.
That was the old lady from down across the way.
She was
Yeah.
crazy.
I remember.
And
then-
I remember she got like, she was yelling at the guy. She's like, I don't know anyone that old buying Legos. He's like, that's for my kid. He was so sad.
No, it was Nerf gun.
Oh, it was Nerf
Yeah.
guns. That's what it was. Yeah, he's like, it's for my kid.
I'm assuming that was her son, and she would yell at him every single time.
Every-
And I don't blame her because he parked in the spot he wasn't supposed to every single time.
That was so annoying.
Oh, is that the one that took our spot all the time?
Yes.
I hate apartments because of that. People take your spot like all the time.
I remember that. Oh my god, they were new movers too.
Yeah.
They were new.
They were so
and I remember
annoying.
every time I try to park because it's my fucking spot. There's that truck
Not anymore.
right there. And then I remember, like I parked. I think he was leaving, and then I just took the spot, and I was like, dude, like
Mine.
that's my fucking spot.
Didn't you hate when you would get there and there was never parking?
No.
If you'd get home at a certain
Oh
time.
yeah.
So it'd always be
Anytime after
like
7.
I would get home at like 1 in the morning or 12 or something. Not at the park down the street, and it's super sketchy outside.
It's so sketchy.
So you're like, I hope no one
Yeah.
comes up behind me right now.
But we still
Let's run.
survived.
Yeah.
We did.
So we're
There was a few
safe.
times I remember coming outside. And there's like some crazy people just like kind of pacing around the
Oh
apartment.
yeah, all the time. That's why
Yeah.
if I had to park down the street, I was always on the phone with someone.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, you know where I'm at, and if something happens, you know what
That place
happens.
was really fucking sketch
Yeah.
sometimes.
But I missed that apartment. I really do.
Yeah,
sad.
it was good
for
times.
for the price and for the size, that was huge.
Think about it, we got that cheap because it had a roach
I was
infestation.
just about to bring that up.
We couldn't do anything about
Those
it.
roaches were insane.
Because I'm convinced the people below us were disgusting.
No,
Probably.
because
And it probably already had roaches
the
before.
Previous tenants?
no the landlord and then the people
Yeah.
who like fix the thing.
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
don't know what they're called. But
Maintenance, whatever.
before you guys moved in,
Yeah.
me and my roommate, we were talking about that, and he said that in the summer all the roaches kind of start appearing, and they come from the bottom.
Yeah.
So all the neighbors from the bottom, if they're not taking care of it,
That's what I was
it just
thinking.
comes
That's
up.
what I was thinking. I was like, they probably had really nasty rooms.
Yeah, the guy literally found a roach nest in our under the kitchen sink, and he killed it. But this was
after we moved?
Before.
Oh.
Before. This was like the first couple months we moved in. Like me and my old roommate.
Because like we could have that apartment as clean as like ever, and then it would still have roaches. Because again, below.
And then it got into my water dispenser that I had to toss out.
Oh God!
I mean,
and that thing was fancy too.
It was nice, and I
nice.
didn't even have it for a year. My dad bought it for me.
Yeah, I remember the day we brought it home. We took a Polaroid of it and everything. It was like a family member. It was a family member in the house.
It really was.
It was the best because it was nice and cold.
Because you took it to the house you moved into, and you had the problem, huh?
Yeah, and then literally, like, I think my other roommate, he was getting water, and then a little roach just fucking popped up, and I was so grossed out.
How many roaches do you think we drank?
I don't know, but we're still alive.
Dude, not even just drank, but ate.
Just filling your bottle when it's like you go to work at 5 in the morning and just filling it. Don't look.
Yeah.
No, that was disgusting. And Paul and I tried to fix it. Okay, I watched them try to fix it. I'll be honest. And so every time you'd see like another little roach just pop up, and there's like a nest, an egg or something. And so Paul tried to kill it, but they'd still.
They're
those
just all
things
over there.
In there.
Those things don't go.
And so it was just like no hope. So we got rid of it, and we all pitched in and bought a new one.
But luckily they didn't spread.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
We
you
got
found it soon enough, huh?
Yeah, because we never had roaches in our in the new house that we lived in. Just mosquitoes, but that's it.
Yeah.
Isn't it nice to not have any roaches here at all?
Yes, it is.
All we have is spiders.
They probably kill the roaches.
See, this is why I'm like, I hate the spiders, but they kill all the small critters. I like all the little tiny bugs that we don't want in the house.
Yeah.
Besides the fucking moths.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, that's kind of hard. They have to land in the web, I guess.
No fucking idea where those moths come from, dude. So fucking frustrating.
I know, they kind of just pop out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just pop into existence. But with Stuart's true and tested moth fighting techniques.
What's that?
Well, Stuart fucking goes to war with
Doesn't
moths.
he like wet his like a paper towel or something?
No. So you go to the sink, you wet your hand, and then you go up to the moth and you smack them out of the air, and they can't fly after that because they have water on their wings, and that's it, dude.
See, I don't even want to touch it.
Well, I mean, you don't really. It's just.
No, remember at the old apartment too, like the amount of times Travis would be like, "Raymond, can you kill this giant roach?"
Oh, I do that to you too.
And I would hit it as hard as I could.
You would hit it so fucking hard.
And I remember Travis would be like, "Not my good years."
Well, yeah,
those things were made out of recycled NASCAR tires.
Exactly, they were recycled NASCAR tires.
No.
They were authentic tires on the bottom of these sandals. They were so fucking cool. And I got home one day, and Raymond's fucking slamming them down on a roach. And when he slams them down, he fucking decimates these things. Like it's an explosion on the bottom of my sandal, and it doesn't come off. And so we got the Quicksilvers.
Yeah, wasn't that someone like you knew that left them? Or you borrowed them?
They left them at my house one time.
Yeah, we had dedicated Quicksilver flip flops to kill everything after Travis mentioned it.
When we left, like we just threw them away because there was so much.
They were white at the bottom.
of them was
like
white.
they were green, but they were white at the bottom.
So many.
From the paint.
I will say, Quicksilver makes some good.
Oh,
Quicksilver makes some good bug slappers.
Yeah, it's true.
There are so many nasty ones, I swear.
You know, it's so funny because I was always so afraid of roaches, but by the time I left that apartment,
you just don't care.
I did not care.
Oh, I
feel
still care.
I felt like the smaller ones are worse.
Yeah.
Because those ones
like squirm.
Because I remember when you said you opened your Doritos or something.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they were in my chips one time. I was pretty sad.
So I remember like every time I ate anything, I had to look.
You have to look. Yeah, same thing. They were in my cereal one time. They weren't in the bag.
Cereal.
They were just in the box.
Was it in one that was sitting? I mean, yeah, because it was by the sink.
I always had the top right.
It was by the sink too, yeah.
Yeah, but one time like
because the nest was actually in the top cabinet.
Oh,
was it
really?
Yeah, above the sink.
Damn.
That's where it was. I mean, the guy got rid of it, but maybe
they probably tried to go back in.
Yeah.
I remember one time it was when I was there by myself at the end because I was the only one that lived there at the end. I just like looked down one night and there was just like a roach crawling on my leg.
That's
like a big one.
No, just like,
things.
you know,
Smaller,
like a
yeah.
normal one. And I just like looked at it and I just like flipped it
Yeah.
off and just went back to what I was doing. And I was like, wow, I really haven't come far in my field.
Man,
of
if you ever try
roaches.
to get a house and you know there's a roach problem, it's not worth it.
No.
They're hard to get rid of.
They are.
They're so hard.
And especially especially if it's an apartment complex,
Yep.
you gotta hope the people around you are clean too.
Yeah, because
Because if they're not, you're getting those roaches back.
yeah, because when it was just me and my roommate,
Yeah.
the moment we first saw a roach, we bought like the roach poison.
Yeah.
We went through
Put it around
every corner, every little crevice.
'Cause I bet
just
you
to
guys
get-
were like, nope.
That took like an hour and a half, and then we like sprayed around just in case,
Mhm.
and we were good for at least 5 months, and then it became summer,
Yeah.
and then they just
And summer came and they just saw where we're going.
popped.
Then
out.
also it's funny, at that apartment our oven did not work.
Oh yeah,
That was so sad.
That's why we got a good deal.
yeah,
We were so sad.
yeah.
I will say for an apartment like for the other ones I usually see, it was a pretty decent size.
It
was.
was.
It was a good
It
apartment.
was almost 1,000 square feet.
We had
for
we had really
$1,400.
big rooms.
Yeah.
Like Travis and I
Huge
shared
rooms.
a room and we still lived pretty comfortable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Like I
Huge
feel like
closet.
half of my room is my room now from the apartment.
Yeah,
I
know.
think my room isn't even as big here as it was
No.
in the apartment.
That room is
So.
huge.
I think it's like
It's
it's
almost-
almost as big,
Yeah.
but it's not as big.
Because Travis and I were able to have 2 queen beds and two full size
beds.
beds, and then 2 of our decently sized desks with our
Yeah.
Fit
computers and
perfectly.
everything.
It's still
and it was
It's
like
good.
it fit
room.
fine, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's not like we were like scooching by each other in the middle. Like
We had room.
We had room
Yeah.
because our beds weren't even against the furthest walls either.
It
They were in
wasn't.
the middle, so it's
Yeah,
like yeah,
I know. That's
yeah.
why.
That was a nice apartment.
Yeah, because apartments that I've been looking for, because I'm trying to move back, move out of my parents'
Yeah.
house. It's like 750 square feet for
That's tiny.
$1,600.
You're like, I
That's-
got way more. I got 1,400 for
yeah,
that.
1,400 for 950
Yeah.
square feet. Like 2 bed, 2 bath. Like that's so good. Because I checked the price now and it
Mhm.
went up, and so it's like 1,550.
It's more expensive there now.
Yeah, because it just
Uh-huh.
keeps raising up.
Yeah,
every
just
year.
every year.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's still so much more affordable than the other house
That's
or
true.
the apartments I looked for. I don't want to live there anymore. I want to live in a nicer place.
Yeah, you're like,
So-
I'm tired of like settling, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, your house you had after was okay.
yeah, it was
That was
fine. It's
pretty
just,
good.
it was a lot of work, especially when all
Yeah.
of our roommates, we were never on the same page.
Hmm.
Oh, so it was always like kind of arguing or something.
And that wasn't really arguing. It's just like we just weren't.
You gotta have the chore list, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta have the
They
chore
thought
list.
it was okay without it, but it just didn't work
We
out.
may let it slide once
Yeah.
a week, but we'll get on it. But it does help. It really does
I
help.
think it does too. And then also, we were not used to all the maintenance in the house because we didn't have a gardener.
Yeah.
And
So,
then
that-
we only
that
had,
sucks.
we only had a pool guy, but then the pool guy wasn't really that great either.
So the pool would end up dirty
Yeah,
anyway.
and then the backyard was just a mess, and
Yeah.
we obviously didn't have the tools to like maintain it all
Yeah.
the time. And since everyone was always working or at school, like
Yeah.
there was just not enough time to do everything. So it just all the weeds started growing and all that shit. But
Yeah,
That's fine.
our gardener's included in our lease.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
we didn't know that.
Yeah.
So that was just a little.
I mean,
sad
it's if
part.
you ever have to get a house, which I don't think you are, but
Not yet.
because you just want you and Paul,
Yeah.
it just
for
makes
now.
it easy.
It does, because then at least we're on the same page.
Yeah, and then you don't have
so-
to settle with other people.
Yeah.
Like you just
Yeah.
get to do what you want, pretty
Exactly. I think that's why Paul just wants us
Yeah.
to, because then he'll feel comfortable. Because he never used the living room at the house that we lived in.
much. Because you
last
didn't really
year.
know. There's like, wasn't there like 1 or 2 roommates you didn't really know?
Yeah, I just
Right?
didn't really know them that well because it was our other roommate's like childhood friend.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I wasn't that comfortable. I mean, I didn't mind them. I
Is that
just
the guy at the
didn't-
Thanksgiving party?
Probably.
No.
Yeah.
He's alright.
Yeah.
The only reason we don't use the living room here very much is one, the Chromecast sucks ass.
And our couch is
our
bad.
couch is fucking awful.
And the living room gets really hot.
No, you got the 2 fans going in there. You get the
And
windows
I think it's just because we had it off. Because I went in there and it was so stuffy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you guys have both the fans on and the
Yeah.
doors open,
It doesn't help if you watch anything in that living room. It's an echo chamber down the hallway.
It is
Yeah.
very
It's
echoey.
so echoey.
I
Like the
know.
Marble Olympics.
You won't get over that.
It was
will
so
you?
funny. Because I'm like, who else do I have to explain that I can't sleep because my roommate is watching the Marble Olympics at 4
I
in the
saw
morning?
your tweet.
It's Marvel Olympics
It's-
2020.
Like, who else
Marvel
do I have to
Olympics
tell that
2020.
to?
Here we go.
I just remember being at work so tired. I'm like, do I even say why I'm tired?
I remember. I'm so happy because it's the grand opening, and the first event already aired. And this year, not only are the Hazers my boys.
Wait, shout out
they're
the
there.
channel. You gotta shout out
It's
the channel.
I don't know if it's Gels or Jelly. I think it's Gels. I don't know. They're from Finland or something like that. Anyways, it's Gels Marbles runs, Marbles races.
Hold
Just
on,
like a Marble Olympics.
Hold on, we got
for
Nick.
fun.
We got Nick.
Marbles.
We got Nick looking up the intel right now.
It's just to look up Marble Olympics or the Marble League. Marble League. Look
Yeah.
up Marble League. The 2020 starting event and first or the opening ceremony.
See, we may not have the Olympics here.
But we
Or
got
just
the
in Japan,
Marvel
they had to get
Olympics.
canceled.
Yeah,
But we got the Marble Olympics.
that's right. And this year, my other favorite team, the Minty Maniacs, they came out of retirement.
The Minty Mania.
They didn't make it last year. They
Oh,
didn't make the
they
qualifiers, but this year they made it. And by golly gee, they got third in the first event. Spoiler alert.
Okay.
But I didn't say who won, so it's okay. You can still enjoy that.
The website is Gels.
It's Gels, right?
Jelles. Apostrophe S.
Gels Marble Runs.
Yeah.
Gels Marble Runs. Go check them out.
Go check him
He
out.
got all his marbles.
He's
I like
losing
that.
them.
That was good. That was a good one.
Man, you know what I really miss though?
What's that, dude?
Riding my bike to school. Like living, like having like the college life
Yeah.
of just like,
The college
Didn't
life.
you
you
and
know what I
Nick-
mean?
Didn't you do that too?
Yeah, he rode with me.
Yeah.
I did.
Of just like,
Bike buddies.
I don't know, just being on campus felt really nice.
But do you miss school?
No,
Yeah.
I miss being on campus and exploring.
I like being on campus.
I liked walking around a lot.
Yeah, just being
I don't
on
know, something
campus
about it felt
cool.
nice, but then when I had to do work, I was like,
I like doing work on campus
Yeah.
because then I felt so educated.
no, I felt like, no, I just feel like Nick and I felt so unmotivated because of how the classes were going. So
yeah,
we just,
that's the bummer.
because like I liked my days where I had the art
That's
or the
a
video,
bummer.
It is.
because I liked my days where I had video art, because I actually had a lot of fun in that class.
Oh, the
Video
one that we
fart.
took, right?
Yeah, because I even went to his office hours and everything.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, I was like the one,
Extra.
the one guy I actually did that for.
Yeah, I didn't do it. I
Yeah,
just did bare
But other
minimum.
than that, like that was the only thing to look forward to. Then all my other classes, I'm just like, this is a drag.
I just
Yeah.
remember it was one of the girls I was dating at the time. We were hanging out, and Nick came in. We were in our bedroom.
Yeah.
And then Nick came in, and she's like, "Oh, is your roommate home?" And I was like, "Wait for it." And then I just hear, and I was like, "Oh no, it's just Nick. He's grabbing his bike." And she's like, "Who's that?" And I was like, "Oh, he's this guy who just you know."
That's funny because I
Yeah.
kind of thought of that too. If I just heard the sliding door,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I think that's Nick.
I was like, "Yeah, he's just this guy. He stores his bike here, and he just rides
And
the
then
UCR."
and you hear him take it as loud as possible.
Yeah.
Literally how I knew.
And then you
him.
hear doom, doom, doom,
Yeah,
doom,
yeah,
doom going down the stairs.
Yeah, because Paul and I would just be in bed, and then it'd be like 6 p.m. or something, and then I just hear
No,
that.
it'd be like he has class at 11, so his bike's getting out at 12.
Yeah, but she was like, "You just let some person you met 2 weeks ago come into your house and
Yeah.
get a bike?" And I was
He got
like,
a freaking key and
Yeah.
everything.
I remember we went to Walmart with him like 2 weeks in. We're like, all right, you want your bike here? He was a good guy.
Look at him now.
Look at him now. He's still
Look
here.
at him.
We live with him now. We do a podcast with him every
Wow.
week.
Yeah.
I know.
key.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, sometime.
Yeah.
Where's
You
your
need a
bike?
bike.
Yeah, you need
You need a bike.
you need a bike, and we all need to be gone.
Yeah.
And you need to obnoxiously leave.
Because I remember Nick went into panic because I was like, yeah, you can store your bike. And then I wasn't home that day, and he's like, I don't know what to do. Weren't you like knocking for a while?
I was like knocking, and then I was like, fuck it, I'll just go park like on the hill or something.
Yeah.
And I just walked like half a mile of campus. I got really late.
Oh my god.
I think that was the last day I was on time for any of my classes.
Yeah. I just remember like, it is every time. I just started telling Nick, I'm like, I'll just meet you at school.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they used to ride together, and then I just remember Raymond pacing back and forth, and he's just like, "I'm just gonna leave."
Because Raymond actually cared about being on time.
Yeah, he does.
What a
Anxiety being
concept.
late.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
I'm just like, if I don't care
What a
about class,
concept.
I don't give a
I'm
shit.
always rushing. I'm literally like 5 minutes late or something.
I'm still my favorite class is just Nick going in the useless film one we had, which I can't blame you because it was pointless of you just being on Discord the whole time. And then like the TA would walk by, and then Nick's just typing away to whoever in chat, and then the TA looks and he's like, And then he just walks forward. But I can't blame you for that one because that was a really bad
That's
class.
probably how the TA felt too. Like,
No, that TA sucked.
Is
That
the
TA
craft
was weird.
service one?
That was a class.
the craft service class?
That was the TA for that class.
Yeah.
Like our TA was so weird.
Did he smell bad?
Probably. Like think of like a really like someone that's just been awkward forever, but they think they're not. Like they think they're really social, but they're really awkward.
Oh Lord, yeah.
Sounds like me.
Like remember, it was so hard to sit through his lectures.
I'm better than that.
No, you're not that. Trust me. Like you would get in that class and just feel uncomfortable the moment he walks in. Like he'd walk in and be like,
Feet pics?
Stinky feet.
like he'd walk in, right? He'll walk in, it's quiet. Everybody's looking at him. So, movies, huh?
You either seen him or you didn't.
And then he spoiled the movie immediately before he even asked. Like I remember he's like, anybody see Venom? And then he just starts talking about it. And every single thing spoiled. And Nick was like, well, I guess I know the movie now. Yeah, I know, but still, it was just funny.
Yeah.
Like, at least it was
Awesome
Venom.
guy.
Like he just made it so weird, and then, I feel like just
He's so
it
mad.
doesn't help the what do you call it? The not the lecture, the discussion classes. I feel like we're just awkward every single time.
For the most part, yeah. If the TA
Yeah.
like made it awkward, it was always awkward.
I felt like,
All the
other
time.
than excluding one, every single of those discussion classes I had was so awkward.
Yeah, it was a waste of time.
They were, because they didn't do anything. And then
I didn't.
and then half the
I only
time-
went because
Yeah.
sometimes before the midterm they'd give you the cheat sheet, the midterm
Mhm.
whatever. I'm already forgetting words, and I just like write it
Why
all
you've been
down.
out of college for 2 days and
I
you can't do it
like you
anymore.
pretty much just go just for the credit of showing up.
Exactly, and I'm like on my phone.
And then,
doing
like-
something.
I still remember that one discussion I had for media culture studies. There was
Yeah.
also another awkward TA. There's some older guy named Roxy.
Always. Oh.
And I remember that was a guy who's like, yeah, you guys need to write a paper about your interest. You like hockey, sports, hot rods. I'm like, who likes hot rods now?
I remember that.
That was the last day.
Raymond walks into the apartment. Hey, Travis, you like hot rods?
I'm like, what is?
College.
It's like sports, movies, hot rods. Like, yeah, we love hot rods. And I remember it was just like a pain, just him trying to teach, because no one wanted to say anything, because the way he like spoke, no one wanted to respond because it felt weird.
It was always like
Yeah.
awkward silences.
Yeah, so it'd be like,
hated that.
so did you guys read this? And then no one would answer, and he'll be like, okay, did you guys see this on the news?
I hate teachers.
And then
like
no one would
that.
say anything because it's not even about the class too. He's like, huh. I can't. I remember he couldn't get an HDMI to work too, because he had, for some reason, on his Apple, he had an Apple, right?
Yeah.
And then he had some like weird adapter that was like 5 feet long that had like 1 billion dongles on it, and the computer itself had a like a lightning thing, right?
Yeah.
And for some reason, he had a lightning port to something and then to another adapter. And he was trying to plug the VGA into the adapter, and it had an HDMI and a VGA. And he uses the VGA on that adapter when it has an HDMI. So I'm like, this guy, this is why he asked if people like, this is why he asked if I liked hot rods.
Yeah.
He's old. He's old.
He's old and like
Yeah.
hot rods.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never trust them.
I hate discussion.
Yeah.
That's what I hated about UC.
UC was not fun for you, man.
I feel like it could have been fun. It's just our film classes were garbage.
Okay, but going into the I didn't. Having a stroke here.
When Travis has a stroke, it was also a lot of money.
It was a lot of money,
It's a
yeah.
lot of money.
What were you gonna say?
It's just when teachers like try and ask a question and no one in the class answers and they just have to keep going.
Yeah.
I feel so I feel like I have to answer.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
just
'Cause I
like,
do
can't-
that too.
Yeah.
Because I can't blame them.
bad.
Because half the time it's not their fault.
yeah.
It's not.
It's just no one's
It's not.
answering.
I'm just
Yeah.
like, man.
Yeah.
dude,
Because half
poor
the time
fucking
people
guy.
probably aren't doing the work.
I
or they're
will
too
say
shy.
though, in comparing from RCC students to UC students were really awkward versus RCC. I feel like a lot of people talked in my class at RCC.
Really?
Really?
And then at UC, no one said anything.
That's complete opposite
Really?
for me.
Because all the classes I had, like, I felt like no one wanted to say anything.
Oh. I guess it depends because
Yeah.
I think when you go towards your upper divs
Yeah.
out of UC, it's actually all smart people.
That's
There's
true.
always
Because they
like,
actually
people
care
like-
at this point, yeah.
Because people are always participating, but
Yeah.
if you're like the
I mean, I'm thinking about the classes you're kind of forced to take. So,
yeah, like the
yeah.
lower divs, no one gives a fuck.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. Because it's like, why? It's like I'm trying to major in, like, if you were majoring in, like, I don't know, math and some sort of math thing.
Yeah.
It's like, why am I going to take psychology?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, because I feel like my experience at RCC, the people who always tried to participate were trying to be like smart asses.
Really?
Like they always thought they knew something, but then the professor would always kind of like shoot them down, like they're like so wrong, because they're trying to be like all cool and stuff. I always dealt with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's
RCC.
better than not saying anything.
I guess so. I mean, some of the professors liked it because then at least
At least
there's
it made the class
engagement.
flow, I guess.
Yeah, there's engagement, but you can tell like some people in the class were like, dude, like
Yeah.
we did not need to say that.
Yeah.
Like that one class.
Wait, which one?
The freaking speech class. In
Oh
Jericho.
my god.
Oh my god.
Did I ever tell a story about the professor that maybe had a crush on me?
What? Really?
No?
No, did I not? Okay.
That's interesting.
Wait, real quick though, for the speech class, remember when Mr. Tang was next to us in classic? He was there for a day or two. I don't want to say his name.
Oh,
And he was looking at his
I
phone.
almost said the name, but
And he was
yeah.
looking at his phone. He was like sliding through, or like, because we always thought he was weird.
Yeah.
He was like sliding through, looking at like bikini girls on his phone. Yeah. He was in class. We're like, of course, Mr. Tang.
Yeah, that's on brand from old Mr. Tang.
It was
yeah.
so funny.
Oh my god.
So funny whenever we see him like around, we're
Yeah.
just like, oh, is it Mr. Tang site?
Yeah, we always had to say, and he's always carrying a Little Caesars
Always
box.
carrying a Little Caesars box.
No, then one more thing from that class. Remember that guy that did the whole MMA speech for like 30 minutes? And he never showed up to class again. Yeah. And he never showed up after
did.
that. It was like to promote his class, and that was the only reason.
Yeah, and then the guy that I'm talking about, you know exactly.
Is it the guy
what I'm
that
talking
showed like
about.
the prank video?
That, and then he did something about like genetic modification.
Yeah, and he said something about like.
He said,
Wait, real quick. It was a guy that showed off vitality pranks.
Oh yeah.
It was like a guy,
yeah.
like an older prank channel that was like a guy named Vitality something, and he showed it off. He's like, "This is cool."
Yeah. No, so basically one of his speeches, I think it was like supposed to be a persuasive
Yeah.
speech. And so basically
It's a sniper.
yeah.
All right, so what did he do?
So it was about genetic modification or something, and
Did you say he was gonna clone someone?
No, you'll get there.
No.
We'll get there.
Okay.
so
okay.
basically, yeah, so he was talking about that and how you can change like the DNA in babies and get rid of defects. And then this motherfucker
He said, yeah.
said, yeah, you can change what's the defects like
He said you can change the defects like this, and something. How do you word it?
oh my god.
How do you say
Is it racist or offensive?
It's offensive.
Okay.
It's very offensive.
He said, oh, it can change defects like children being this, and
like
gay.
being gay. Yeah.
I don't know how he worded it, but he said
Yeah,
that was
this,
a
this,
defect.
and
I knew it was either gonna be that or racist.
Yeah, I remember he said that was a defect, and the class just went like,
And literally
"Whoa."
everyone stopped and they looked at each other like, what? And I think he said it to try to be funny, but it just did not
Well, I
work
mean, he
out.
showed a prank channel. Of
Yeah.
course, I feel like he's just
Like,
trying to
it
get there.
just- It was not
I feel like he
working
probably
out.
like looked. He said it, and he probably like looked at everybody. He's like, "See."
Yeah, no one laughed and no,
No
one
one said
like
anything.
acknowledged it at all. Like it was, oh god, the secondhand embarrassment. That was so bad.
I don't know why I said racist or offensive. Being racist is offensive.
Yeah.
I just want to clarify that real fast. I was like, wait a minute, that did not come out like I intended it to.
All right, love potion. What happened with the T-shirt?
Oh yeah, okay. So it was my public speaking class,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a younger
Always
professor.
public speaking.
She was like always saying, "Oh yeah, I'm the youngest professor to have a full-time job here."
Show off.
Yeah. But so anyways, you know, it's just a public speaking class, whatever. But that was where I met Gabby and Ray.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was that class.
No, you mentioned this to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they moved seats over toward next to me and my buddy Colin.
Mhm.
And so it was the four of us. And then I never understood why they moved over there. And so there was this guy in class, and he was like, just like the weirdest fucking guy.
There's always a weird fucking in class.
And he was like, yeah, like he did a presentation on cosplay, and he was like talking about Jessica Negri.
Oh,
and,
no.
it's just
Oh,
like,
God.
and then
Oh,
at the
no.
very end of the presentation, he's like, I also cosplay. I'm wearing it right now.
He told me about that. And it was basically him wearing like a shirt.
It was a Splatoon cosplay, and he was just wearing normal clothes and then like a squid hat that he had made.
Oh, God.
And it was funny because Gabby and Ray are both cosplayers, so it was just like, wow. But so as the, but that's just like, not
Yeah.
everyone's good when they start cosplaying.
Yeah,
He's just
yeah.
quirky. But as the semester went on, he got different
Oh, no.
and
Okay.
very scary.
He became an angry gamer.
Yeah, he would just be in class and he'd just like slam his bag on the table and he'd just be like this the whole time.
Uh-huh.
And then in the middle of class, he'd just like start punching the table and then he'd like leave.
That's weird.
And it's like one time I
Yeah.
walked up before class and I just see my friend Colin who's just like looking at him, just like
Uh-huh.
clearly angling himself away.
Yeah.
I was like, what's going on? He's like, I don't know, man. This guy, like, he came up and he was like hitting his head against the pillar and he's just saying, rats, rats,
Oh, my God.
rats. And I
That's
was like,
honestly really alarming,
the
though.
It
fuck,
is.
dude?
Oh.
And so, yeah, he was really weird. And then it was like at the time where like school shootings were happening like very often,
Yeah.
and it was like something came out about him like potentially being that. Like I don't know if it was a rumor or not, but
Yeah.
it seemed that way. And so he was like really into Gabby and Ray.
Oh no. Did he find out they cosplay?
I think so. And so he was like being super like kind of forward. And so
Oh, no.
Ray reported it to the teacher, and so Gabby and Ray went to go tell the teacher.
Yeah.
They were like explaining everything that had happened and all that. And then
Like, how forward was he being?
he was just like always trying to talk to him and stuff like that. And since he sat next to him, he was like always like trying to initiate conversation, but it was just in a like kind of a sketch way.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the people.
Yeah.
The weebs.
Yeah.
And so but anyways, they're like telling the teacher like kind of the whole story of why they moved seats and all that. And they're like, yeah, that's when we moved next to Travis and Colin. She's like, oh, Travis. I just love Travis. He's such a joy to have in the class. You know what I mean? Like whenever he does a speech, he's just so funny and the best. And then they're just like, yeah, okay. So anyways, this is a serious situation that's going on. And so they went and told me that afterwards. They're like, yeah, she was getting like hot and bothered over you. And I was like, why me?
And you could have had that professor salary.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
here's the thing. She didn't even give me a good grade.
It was to make you talk to her.
I was just gonna say
It
that.
was like, Travis, you want to go to office hours, talk about your grade?
I guess. I don't know. Like, Colin was the
One-on-one?
first person that pointed out to me because whenever we would leave, like, one of our other friends would say bye,
Yeah.
and then Colin would say bye, and then
Travis-
I'd say
yeah,
bye,
and
and
then
she's like,
Travis-
oh, goodbye, Travis.
And then Travis was like, I don't know,
It's
she
just
always spanked me on the way out. I don't know why. I never noticed.
She always pinched my butt when she walked by the chairs. I don't know what
She
happened.
would always pinch my butt and go, wee wee.
Yeah. So that was interesting. And now like I work with one of the people that I met in that class.
Mhm.
He,
Oh,
like,
really?
Oh, really?
yeah, he like always brings it up.
That's
He's
so
like,
funny. Did you
"Yeah,
even
man."
talk to them at the time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was my homie.
Okay.
But yeah, he's like, he always brings it up. He's like, hey man, you could have had that teacher, right? She was after any finger. I was like, yeah, dude.
You could have had professor salary.
You know, I find it funny that like when I was at RCC, I was always like, oh, I wish I went straight to a UC, a
Yeah.
university, blah blah blah, and do the whole like college thing normally.
Yeah.
And then I go to UCR. I'm seriously so like introverted and antisocial.
Yeah.
Like I'm done with the school now, and I literally made no friends. I know people.
What about?
No,
Nice.
they're all acquaintances.
Uh,
I did not make an actual like real friend. Like I know
Yeah.
a lot of people from my work and some from classes, but I barely keep up with them except
Yeah.
on Instagram every now and then. But they're like a little bit. I feel like our age gap is a
Yeah.
little bit too big.
I see
and
what you
I feel
mean,
like
yeah.
they're still
like even that
really-
little difference, you're like,
Yeah, like I mean, some of my friends that are younger, I can still hold
Yeah,
a conversation.
like
with.
Jason.
Yeah. but But yeah, and then like when I look back, literally all my friends I made were from RCC. Because if it wasn't for the Japanese class that I took, then I would have.
With the
I
guy.
don't
Wait,
believe that. I don't believe that for a fucking second.
what?
If she wasn't in that Japanese class, we still would have met.
How?
Paul and Andrew.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
Fucking through Justin
Somehow.
Marquez somehow.
But I don't think she'd be as close though.
Probably not.
Maybe not.
I feel like she
I'm
would have.
like,
I don't know.
But see,
she is the definition of it's a small world. Like any time in our friendship, Regine, that I've been like, oh yeah, I know this person. She'll go on Facebook. She's like, yeah, I know that person
That's
too.
true. You happen to know everybody Travis
What?
is talking about. You know anybody that's
Every
from
time.
anybody that's from our area, you just know who they are.
because in high school I was too social because I wanted to be friends with everyone because I didn't want to be just friends with people from my high school.
Yeah.
And I was involved in so many different clubs. So then I talked to all these people. So I made all these little connections.
Wait, real quick, I want to go back to Japanese class. Remember that guy that was in the class for 2 days? Mr. Kane?
Yeah.
Every time he'd walk by my backpack and he would like he'd walk by in the wall and he'd just like knock out everything in the way. Like my backpack would be across the room after he would walk by.
Why do you call him Mr. Kane?
Because he had a cane.
Oh, really?
But I remember the thing he told us.
Yeah.
We happened to, I think we either overheard it or he said it to us.
No, he said it to you.
Oh, he's like, yeah, I'm trying to learn a bunch of languages so I can serenade girls in 8 different languages or something.
Yeah, because he said he learned
What a
it in
goal.
Russian.
Yeah.
Yeah, French, Spanish, other things. He's like, oh, we'll learn
Like he
Japanese.
had the hair you think he would.
Yeah.
He had the hat you think he would.
He had the coat you think he would.
Oh, he had a coat
The
too.
long coat.
He has
The long black coat.
I bet he has a really hairy chest because he thinks that turns girls on.
Probably.
And he's never shown
You'd
anybody.
be surprised though. There's people that really like hairy
Yeah.
chests.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
And that's the exact.
not one of
that's
those
Shelly's
the-
just throwing up in the background.
That's the exact goal that he's going for. He's like, I'm aiming for that window.
They want to feel like they're in the 70s or something.
And then did he have like a sword too?
He probably did.
I
He,
don't
he
know.
probably had like one of those like, what do you call those like? Not
It's like,
fence.
I'll
It's like
cut
fencing kind of.
dictionaries
What do you
in
call
half.
that?
Yeah.
An epee?
Yeah.
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 Rapier?
Epee.
What is it?
Rapier.
Rapier?
Yeah.
Rapier.
Rapier.
Rapier?
Rapier.
I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on.
Oh, I only know that. 'cause
And then I
it's
remember
Spanish.
that one guy in our class smelled really bad.
Yeah.
Oh, the Daijobu guy. Was his like name like Jason Daijobu or something? I remember
Jason
Japanese.
Killer.
Yeah, Jason Killer.
Oh
The
my
first, like day 1 or 2 of the class, he raises his hand in Japanese and he's like, "What does Daijobu mean?" or something.
Oh no, he's like, when is it okay to
Yeah.
say daijobu in a sentence? I'm like,
And then I remember
"Aw."
instructor just like
I
he stared
did.
at him. He's
He
like,
did stand there.
He was like,
"Ah."
"Not now."
What was the guy?
I miss him though. That instructor was fun.
He's
Dude,
so
one of the.
He was tiny.
He was. He's a little.
Didn't you
Mr.
say that one of the guys
Suzuki.
like wanted to be called like something Chan or
Yeah,
something
remember
like
the guy
that?
the day 1, the guy that had the red sun and then the bandana, and he said he had a Japanese last name, and then the guy
and
just
then the professor
he was like,
literally
"Huh?"
looked. He looked at
The roll form,
Yeah, and then he looked and he was just like, okay. And he walked in with confidence.
And he never
too.
came back.
Never came back.
That's always the best when they just never come
That's
back.
what- That
I
was-
swear, I think like the weirdest moments of college happen at a community college.
it was fun. It
yeah,
was pretty fun.
because I feel like
Oh,
there's
remember the
always
guy?
weird things.
Remember that one guy we saw wearing the trench coat and all that? I'm like, I said something about it, and it made you laugh. Where I was like, if I don't come back, I lost the duel.
No, because dude, there's always just
Yeah, because there's that one guy that always wore, no matter the weather, he would have a giant trench coat just like flopping around with his cane that he didn't
Yeah.
need, and with his big old hat. So I saw him, and I was like,
fedora
yeah.
hat.
So I was like,
Fedora,
if you don't
fedora.
see me again, I lost the war. I lost the duel,
Oh
the
my
draw.
God, yeah.
All right,
Oh,
we
'cause
should
they
go
play the
ahead
cards.
and wrap this up
Mm-hmm.
because it's been like 2 hours.
It's been
58 minutes.
58 minutes and 50 seconds.
But thank you so much for joining us this week, Regine. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you
Thanks.
on. Please go check out the post show that's going to be posted with, if you want more Regine goodness, more foot fetish stories maybe.
That's
I
only
think
one.
that's done.
One and done.
But go check it out on our Patreon. It's only $1 to sign up, and you get access to all of our early access for
Yeah.
some videos and also our post show. Go like comment, subscribe.
Man, I was about to do that. You beat me to
Yeah,
it.
what can I say?
Please
man?
do that.
And
Go
don't
check
be
us
a
out.
Does a lot.
creepy guy.
Yeah,
that's
don't.
true. Don't do
Yeah,
that.
don't be
We
a
don't
creep.
like those.
No.
Regine's DMs are closed.
Yeah, close, homies. Close.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.